Good morning, welcome back to coldwaters.mod. I'm Captain Numpty, or David Steele, and here's me boat. We are in the HMS Warspite, a Valiant class British nuclear attack boat. And we are just off the northwest corner of Scotland, investigating what appears to be a, shall we say, transgression by the Soviets. Let's jump back in here. Let's take a look. Right. It is April 1982. The Russians have interfered in the Falklands conflict. And our task force is almost just about there. And we got, alright, Prime Minister has received a number of, shall we say, threats from the Russians, saying equivalent of shaking fist, get off my lawn, and we're like, come and take it, sunshine. And well, they may have done just that. So I am heading to just over 1,300 feet depth. We've got something we detected out here, and by we were on a casual patrol and picked something up on sonar. Now it's gone right now, but let's see, what have we got? 254, yeah, we suspect it's submerged. I'm going to go ahead and just turn a little north.
Come right to 352 Helm I.
We really want to get the Todare perpendicular to whatever may be out there. Now, weapon load today, we have one harpoon. And we have a few mosses, some Mark 8s, which we suspect won't be useful. And a whole stack of tigerfish, which we suspect won't be useful. That's maybe a little harsh. I'm kind of not a fan of the tigerfish. It's a weapon that the British government realized was simply not effective, and had planned to counter the accuracy issue by installing a nuclear warhead. Because if you have a nuclear warhead on the tip of a weapon, it doesn't need to get that close to the enemy to be effective. Yeah. Anyhow, we're almost at our depth. I'm going to go ahead and accelerate time. Let's see if we can actually hear something out there. We're running in ultra quiet.
Helm, steady course.
Yep. Right, let's accelerate time. We'll get down to depth. I may pop up to periscope depth and see if there's anything up.
Con, dive at 1312 feet, dive I.
If it is a submarine, it might be periscope depth. If it's not a submarine and it's a surface warship, then that may also be periscope depth. Something of a bandit unknown. Nothing so far. Yeah, let's go ahead and head to the surface.
1,500 feet. Passing 1,200 feet. Make depth 5 feet, dive I.
Let's just do that. Otherwise the crew will talk to me every 100 feet of the way. And that's fun for it's not fun. Okay. Now we are within our territorial waters, so we could just completely pop up the radar, sit on deck, have a nice cucumber sandwich, or ping actively.
Con, dive at 5 feet, dive I.
Still nothing. Okay, let's pop up the sensors.
Raise the radar mast. Raise the ESM mast.
The silence really is deafening. I'd hoped we would detect something, but no. So, okay. I'm going to go ahead and actively ping.
Downscope.
I suspect that whatever is out there is submerged. I mean, have you met the Scottish? Yeah, you want to be below the surface. So let's go ahead and ping.
Con sonar, switching to active search.
I'm going to drop my depth. I'm going to increase my depth, I should say. Anything at all. Bring out your dead. Oh, hello.
Sonar, new contact bearing 1. Come left to 2. Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 1.
Yeah, you don't want to check who I am? I guess not.
221, aye sir.
Come left to
All right.
272. Helm con sonar. Launch
Whoa.
transient from Sierra 1.
Oh, that's not good.
Shoot 2-4.
Okay.
Aye, sir.
I'm gonna, yeah, I need to get
Con
down.
sonar. Sierra 1 is classified as submerged submarine.
Dang. Okay. That's, yeah.
Con sonar. New contact.
Passing 200 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna stop my turn. I've got my depth. I'm going as deep as I can. I will be going as deep as I can. I've got a couple of torpedoes
Con
out.
sonar. Lost contact. Sierra 2. Last bearing.
Passing 300 feet.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Let's get to 15 knots. This
Make turn
should
1,
hopefully
5
keep
knots.
the
Maneuver
wire
aye.
on these tigerfish. The tigerfish are
Passing
not
400 feet.
the most reliable. I'm going to use active sonar on torpedo number 1.
Maneuvering. Making turns for.
Passing 500 feet.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
It's a shame. Let's go ahead and reload some more tigerfish.
Passing 600 feet.
What's my depth here? I think I've got plenty of depth.
Con,
I do.
fire
Passing 700 feet.
Okay, well, I lost that wire as well.
Make turns for 20 knots. Maneuvering aye.
I'm going fully defensive right now. I'm pulling in the towed array.
Maneuvering. Making turns for 20 knots.
I'll crank it up to 28 knots, is I believe my speed. I'm sure it's 28 knots. Way deeper than this November. What is Sierra 3?
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 196.
What is Sierra 2?
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 196. Contact faded.
We don't know what it is. We lost it. Okay. So I'm trying to put a bit of distance and get out of dodge. I want to be as far away as I can. I'm going to go to flank now. Let's firewall that throttle.
Make turns for 28 knots. Maneuvering aye.
I'd like to run perpendicular to the threat. I don't know where all these threats are.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 194. Contact faded.
I would ask, how do they get so close without being undetected? But I'm not going to, because, yeah, I'm just not going to. Okay, we're almost at depth. That's good. We're almost at speed. That's also good. He's probably got a good return on me. Let's just see. Does he? No, he doesn't. As he's moving at 20 knots. He can go quicker, and he's probably on his way to go quicker. We've got a tigerfish heading his way, which is wonderful, but that doesn't.
Con, dive at 1969 feet. Dive high.
That doesn't mean it's going to get him by any
Con
stretch.
maneuvering. Making turns for 28 knots.
And that's why you don't use your active sonar in a nuclear boat, or indeed any submarine, unless you absolutely have no choice. Did I have a choice? I could have wandered around and blundered into them, maybe, but
Torpedo room. Tube 2 ready.
I was heading in the wrong direction. I don't hear any torpedoes either, and nothing's gone active behind me. Do I want to at least have a listen? Maybe. Let's get my speed down to 10 knots at least.
Make turns for 10 knots. Maneuvering aye.
So I'm a couple of thousand yards away from where I was when I launched. That's great. And if their torpedoes are heading towards me, which they will be, or at least where I was, which they will be, that hopefully is outside of their detection range. And maybe I can clean up the signal a little bit on Sierra 2, Sierra 3 and figure out what they are.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 1. Come left to 2. Make turns for 5 knots.
Speed back down to
Maneuvering
5 knots, get my towed area out. We'll see if we can pick these up. But right now I'm not.
Con, torpedo room. Tube 4 ready.
Let's get another
aye. Con
tigerfish.
maneuvering. Making turns for 5 knots.
I'm very tempted just to send out some more tigerfish. Oh, I can't right now.
Calm. Steady course.
So the tigerfish has a number of weaknesses. One of which is you can't fire below, I think it's 760 feet. And we are most definitely below that depth right now.
Sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 185.
What is Sierra 2? Pretty sure, well, we know it's submerged.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 185. Contact faded.
Okay, there's a torpedo. I'm going to just take a look at this torpedo here. It's fairly deep. Let's look at myself. I think I'm deeper. Okay. That is one of my...
Torpedo room, tube 5 ready.
That's one of my torpedoes gone active. The other one is heading roughly towards Sierra 3.
Con sonar Sierra 2 is cavitating.
Well, that's great, but I can't detect Sierra 2. So maybe this is Sierra 1 trying to get out of dodge. And hopefully my torpedo is going to pick it up, because...
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 185.
Is that a cruise missile?
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 185. Contact faded.
I think that's a cruise missile boat. Okay, I'll try something a little unusual. Well, not that unusual. No, not at this depth. So my plan was to send a Moss south, but it will be at my depth, and I don't particularly want them to know I'm this deep if they didn't already know. And my Tigerfish has not detected this November class boat. It's the second torpedo gone active where I was. I'm happy that it's not that close to me. We don't know quite where this November is, but it's not getting detected by my torpedo. That's disappointing. Okay, I'm going to get my depth back up. I need to be able to fire, so let's go ahead and run to 656 feet.
656 feet, dive high.
I would have liked it if this torpedo would have picked him up, but it simply hasn't. And he's running at 700 feet. What depth of this torpedo? I don't know. Oh, that's...
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 3. Come left to 195. Helm I. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3. Last bearing 195. Contact faded.
That looked like it was a Papa class. And that's modern. That's a modern boat. This Bandit Unknown idea was cool and all, but I'm beginning to regret being in a much older boat.
Sonar regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 195.
That's a
Con
Papa.
sonar Sierra. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 195. Contact faded.
Okay.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 195. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 184.
May have detected what this one was as well. I think that's a Charlie 1.
Con sonar Sierra 2 is classified as submerged submarine.
So the Papa is a very slippery thing to catch. It can do...
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 184. Contact faded.
It can do 45
Con
knots.
sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 195. Contact faded.
Yeah, it can do 45 knots, and my torpedoes can get 35 knots, so I can't catch him. That means he is pretty much immune to my weaponry. Now, I can try and do something sneaky, but that sneaky means boxing him in.
Sonar regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 195.
which means surprising him.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 183. Contact faded.
Or boxing him in.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 195. Contact faded. Come left to 184. Helm I. Come left to 184. Helm I.
Well, the good news is this November has no idea where I am. He's not able to detect me. He's still doing 20 knots. I am going to fire upon this guy. In fact, I can fire at him, I think. So we'll go ahead and launch.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 195.
I don't particularly want to...
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 195. Contact faded.
Don't want to do anything dramatic.
Con,
So
torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
I've got my torpedo heading east, and I'm going to attack it from pretty much where he thinks
Con, helm, steady course.
I was. Now there's a good chance he's going to detect this torpedo, but right now he doesn't have a clue. So that's good. So these other two boats to my south, they're cruise missile boats right off the coast. That's not what I want to be detecting so close, and something else just launched.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 195.
Okay, this Papa class is running away. So, and I can't catch it. There's no point in trying here. Charlie 1, the Sierra 2.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 183.
Is also running away from me, so...
Con sonar, Sierra.
Con, dive at 656 feet, dive high.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 183. Contact faded.
That tells me that they're not really a threat right now. They don't know where I am. This November is the biggest threat, or the only
Con
threat.
sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 183.
The only threat that I can detect, I should
Con
say.
sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 183. Contact faded.
But there may well be others. Yeah, I will be surprised if there weren't others out there. I just don't know where they are right now. Okay, well, we're going to, whistle nonchalantly. I'm going to turn this torpedo towards the November soon enough, but right now I'm very happy for him not to know there's a torpedo coming towards him. I don't know what's fired at me, though. I'm not going to worry about that too much. This Papa's making a lot of noise. Oh, he's just slowed down to 36 knots, though.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 184.
I think the reason why we don't have...
sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 184. Contact faded. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 184.
I think the reason why
Con
we...
sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, come right to 269. Helm I. Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 184.
Can I maybe get a word in?
Sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 184. Contact faded.
I think the reason why I'm not getting a good acoustic, not hearing Sierra 2, Sierra 3 very well is because of the distance. If they fire all their throttles and headed south at the first ping, they are long gone, leaving their escort to deal with me. They're escorted by a November is very interesting, but then again, the Papa can take care of itself. The Charlie 1, it's an older boat, but it's still capable. I'm going to concentrate on this November right now. I've turned away. I'm about to make this torpedo
Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra
Okay.
1.
So this torpedo, he's fired upon it. Yeah, the game is up. So I'm hoping he's fired upon the location of torpedo coming at him from torpedo tube 2. And if that's
Con, helm, steady course.
the case, then that's great. It looks like Sierra 3 fired as well, but it... Good grief, why would you fire at such extreme range? Because I heard that some time ago. Okay, well... The plan now, I'm getting out of the way of the incoming torpedo to my south. I may run a little quicker, but this November is coming under direct threat from my tigerfish. Those are things that you don't always hear. So I'm going to just let this pan out. I think I'm actually going to guide this torpedo in. I do not wish to change my course, speed or depth because the tigerfish is just unreliable with the wire. It's not a Mark 48 either when it comes to the guidance system. So this incoming torpedo from Sierra 3, it could potentially be Sierra 2, is going to be way clear of me by the time it gets up to this side of the map, to the northern edge. So all I got to do right now, I want to concentrate, is taking out this November and claiming that we encourage them to go somewhere else. Let's just look at his depth. Yeah. So the tigerfish is in submarine sink mode. It's running just below the layer or the duct, and it's looking down. This is almost like a look down. I'm trying to think what aviation weapon systems do this. The long range weapon carried by the Eurofighter, I believe, has one of these modes. Great if your bad guy is hiding in a valley. You'll fly over the top.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 103.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing. Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Fly over the top, detect the bad guy, and drop on his head. In this case, the bad guy has risen up and reduced his depth, and so my torpedo's at the same level as him, which is good. It's still tracking. I'm going to go ahead and run it active, like so. This might spook something else out here. In fact, we'll actually...
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 098.
We're going to watch it. Now, I'm going to see if I can help.
Fire control, weapon acquired.
I don't need to right now.
Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 097. Contact breaking up.
One down. Okay. I am still attempting to sneak away. Let's see, what's the situation then? So we have two contacts to our south that we just are not really able to get close to. Oh, hello. November fired upon me as well. Oh no, wait, that's the one that was going towards my torpedo. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Papa class is running away because he doesn't. Oh, he's doing 11 knots. I guess he's turn around then. Yeah. Still likely far too far away for me to engage right now. So I want to go ahead and accelerate time. Let's see what happens now.
Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 1.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Yeah, he dropped into ultra silent mode. So I may go ahead and disengage. You know what? I actually want to get up to periscope depth. I want to report this incident to
Depth 4, 5 feet, dive by.
the Royal Air Force, so they can send a Nimrod out. Assume the Nimrod's Royal Air Force. Can send a Nimrod out that can drop torpedoes on the heads of these bad boys. Just off the UK shelf. Right, let's get myself up.
Dive at 4, 5 feet, dive by.
Proxy for my radio mast is my ESM mast. Let's go ahead and pop that up.
Raise the ESM mast.
Use my other sensors
Raise
too.
the radar mast.
Nothing. Okay. Alright.
Downscope.
So I think that just about does it for today's mission. I'm letting HQ know what's happened today. We've taken out what we believe is a November class boat. Can they please send an Nimrod, because I cannot do 45 knots. My torpedoes cannot do 45 knots. I'd like to take care of this Papa, and maybe we have some American torpedoes perhaps. That would be useful. Well, there we go. That just about does it for today's video, so thank you so much.
Lower the ESM mast.
Hope you got something from this. It was an interesting engagement. I survived, and I don't always survive in the British submarines. They're not always, well, the weapon system's not as good as the American system. But thank you so much. Hope you got something from this, and maybe I'll see you the next time. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.